Hey y'all, Jim, the vintage male, hanging out. Today, Betsy's out of town visiting her dad in Michigan, and and I had a day where we had some rain today, so I'm not working on the office project, and so I got a chance to do some van work today. Some interesting things that we're going to be working on today. One, I'm going to got all the framing done in back. I got to do a little framing in the front of Ramona. We're calling her Ramona. Don't know why, but it sounds like a cool name for a vehicle. I've often wondered why. I haven't really often wondered why, but I've kind of wondered why so many people give their vehicles female names. I think there's something about the vehicles having all the right curves in all the right places, and if you treat it right, it treats you right in return. Maybe. Who knows? That's probably pretty sexist. But I'm old, gray hair, you know. Anyway, I'm going to be working on the bed frame back here and back. And I promised myself that on these YouTube videos I wouldn't do an unboxing, but I think I'm going to do an unboxing for something that might be a surprise. And I saw this on another guy's channel. I don't know who, can't remember who it was, because when you start watching these videos, you go crazy on watching. And we are doing an elevated bed frame, about right at the bottom of these boxes right here. And the bed mattress will be able to fit into those boxes with a little customized trimming on the side. The reason we can do that is we get an extra 6 or so inches of head space. So at 73 inches between the box ends, I'll be able to stretch out at 6 foot. So I'm going to unbox what we're going to use for the bottom of the bed frame, and when I tell you where I bought it from and why, it'll all make sense. And what this thing it will support 1,200 pounds and only weighs 38 pounds. And actually, if you look at the time it would take to build the lower end of the frame, of the box frame, you'll see why I'm going to do it. And I got a dog chasing a chicken. But you'll see why we're going to do it. This thing will support, like I said, 1,200 pounds, and it only weighs 38 pounds. And if you were to use all wood for this is aluminum. I'll tell you what it is now. It's a foldable triple ramp from Harbor Freight that you put in the back of your truck, and you can drive your four-wheeler, your motorcycles, whatever, up on the back of your truck. And it's the perfect size. I may have to do a little bit of trimming on it, but we'll do that on camera, and you can see what we're doing. And everybody always has trouble opening these little nylon or these little reinforced straps. Trick: turn it inside out, pull the back tab, just give it a yell. Yep, I'll pull. Piece of cake. Gotta make sure the dog's not eating the chicken. Here, some cake. So yeah, silly unboxing. So this is the 1,500 pound, not 1,200 pounds, 1,500 pound trifold aluminum ramp made by Hall Master. I'm sure it's made in China, but it's light. And when it unfolds, it is the absolute 100% perfect size. So this bad boy will unfold. Boom, boom. And as it unfolds, there's about 1/8 of an inch below this gap here. I mean, below the framework and the rungs of the ramp. It's 48 inches wide by 69 inches tall. So what I will do is drill out a couple of these rivets and pull these pieces out that actually go in the bed of the truck. And I may have to cut about an inch or so off the end, and when I do that, I will in turn move this this end piece back, and then we'll get some 1/8 inch plywood for a couple of slats in here to give the bedroom to have the support and breathe, mattress to have support and breathe. And literally it'll fit right in between my rails. I'll put in a support bracket where this sits on top of, and which in turn, and then I will attach it with some self-tapping screws that will go in from the bottom onto our rails, and I will have a complete support system for the bed frame that only weighs 38 pounds. Pretty freaking cool, and saves a lot of time and saves a lot of wood, and does what we need to do. So this is, like I said, from Hall Master, Harbor Freight, $149. Use your coupon. I'm a big Harbor Freight fan. Their tool quality has gone up quite a bit, and as someone who, hobbied and now, makes a living with tools, this is, Harbor Freight's great, and this will be a quick and easy build. So working on the framework now. I'm going to put you guys on, time lapse, and we'll get this thing framed up and put in. Thanks. See you in a bit. About 20 minutes of work, and boy am I happy with it. It is super strong. So what I did was I put a second piece of my 1/2 inch ply base 1x2, and then I measured down 1.5 inches from the box. So I have a level platform here, and basically now I have a platform that is here, that is currently 44.5, and when I go all the way into the boxes, it is 73 3/4. So we will be able to put a full-size mattress in here. I'm going to put a couple of 2x3s that go across this back here to extend this platform, similar on the front, and each 2x3 weighs I don't know, 3 or 4 pounds, I think. I'll find out later. I don't know, 3 or 4 pounds, I think. I'll find out later. I'll put a little note in there when I edit it. But so for about let's call it 48 pounds, I've got a Well, definitely full-size wide bed platform, but almost a full-size long bed platform also. So, and it's in here, and it will support 1,500 pounds. Um, so now I will start on the boxes for the divider wall that divides the garage from the cabin, and get that framed out, and then that will allow us to start building front components. We'll frame in the shower, and then I'll build some boxes. And, got a loud motorcycle across the street. So anyway, so you'll notice I've got the bed in, and now I'm putting the front. There we go. The front braces on, which will separate the garage from the cabin. I'm going to go ahead and leave about 19 or 20 inches as an opening that we will in turn place our dog crate. We will be traveling with our dogs. There's our dog crate in the garage, and that way she really loves being in there. So we will have a place for the crate to be while we're traveling, and you know, as necessary, as I will have air conditioning and heat in here, so we'll be able to keep it, well, not air conditioning, but we'll have heat, so on the cold days. We're not expecting to stay in places that are going to be too darn hot. We are going to put 2 max fans in here to keep a beautiful airflow going through it anyway. So let's finish. You'll notice I've got the right-hand side, or the starboard side, done, and I'm getting ready to do the port side and get that put in there, and then I will brace up the back here, and we'll be done with the bed prep. After we get the bed part done, I may decide to go ahead and frame in the shower area. Actually, no. What I'm going to do next is frame in the holder for the water tank, the 30-gallon water tank, right here on the starboard side. And that will, I'm going to lift that up about 5 inches so I can tuck that up on over the wheel well a little bit and have some more room in the back here. So I'm going to get you back on time lapse, and we'll get rolling. Thanks. Obviously, this YouTube professional stopped recording the other day, and I didn't have an end to the video where I built the bed frame and the divider between the garage and the cabin. So here I am doing a follow-up with my what may or may not be an adult beverage. May or may not. It's probably sweet tea. Might not be. Anyway, let's show you what I got done the other day. And we'll close this one out and then go to the next one. So here we are at the back of the van. You'll see the bed frame is all completed. The wall is framed between the garage and the cabin. The 30-gallon water tank is installed, and this is I got this off of Amazon. I'll put the link down for the tank I got. But I built a little riser for it. So we've got right here we've got our fill line, our vent line, and these vents are 0.5 inch NPTs, and then I've got a supply line right here, and then a drain line right here. And one of the things that we did over here on this, and let me crawl into the space, is that I put it on this riser for a reason. One, it will allow me to run lines forward to the pump and the accumulator, and then two, it will allow me to move forward. So what I did was I raised it about 5 inches, 5.5 inches, and which allowed me to push it up onto the wheel well. And so then above here on this back wall, I'll have a piece of 1/2 inch ply, which I will mount the pump and the accumulator. And then back here, I've got now this much space, about 12 inches, 14 inches, and which will allow me to run my supply line, my vent, my fill line, my vent, my supply line, and my drain line into a box that we'll frame around. We'll be able to put a shower manifold on the back. So I will put a little wall right here in this area, and then we'll be able to put a shower manifold, an Aquor fill line. I'll have the drain line connect to the back wall here that we can just put a little hose on to drain it. And then we'll have storage for any of the water supply equipment. So then we'll have 1¼ inch fill line going into this point right here. And then we'll have the Propex PEX A coming out of the supply line, going along the wall here to the pump and accumulator, which will be right above the tank. And then out of the accumulator and the the cold water will in turn run up the side of the van. Gotta give my sound effects. Up the side of the van into the 6-gallon marine water heater. Now the water heater supply, the cold water, will come into this connection right here via PEX A. The hot water will come out right here, again via PEX A. I will run the vent, the overpressure line, down through the floor, and the drain down through the floor. But this is a Kuma 6-gallon marine water heater. So with the 30 gallons of water right back there, and the 6 gallons here, we'll have 36 gallons of water. The reason I went with the Kuma instead of the Bosch or one of the other ones, and you know what, we'll talk about that later, but basically it's is drain and maintenance, and we'll talk about that later. One of the really cool things about this, other than the Bosch electric, is it's got these 2 ports right here and here, and those we can run the heater hose off the engine compartment and use the hot water off the engine compartment, the coolant, the polypropylene glycol, to heat it up, and it'll be heating up while we're driving, so we'll get to where we're going and get to have a hot shower immediately. This area right here is under the sink. The sink will drain back into the floor, and this is the shower right here. Will drain back in and go into a gray water tank, which will mount under the body. So that's what we got done the other day, and what we're getting ready to start on right now. So I did, yeah, that's what we got done. I should have recorded that the other day, and I didn't. I had a different shirt on, you know, and that's probably why I made a mistake. You know, in my defense, I was left unsupervised, so I didn't get it. I didn't do all the filming that I should have done. So anyway, I'm learning this filming thing, guys. Give me a frickin' break. Well, I have no idea what I missed. I just recorded like 3 minutes, and I have no idea what I said, because I didn't record it. Anyway, we'll come back on Sunday, and we'll start working on the framing and the of the shower and the chair on the little stool on the starboard side. And then Sunday we will also be spray foaming the back 2/3 of the van. The reason we're not going all the way up is because we have some body work to do to get the cowling on the top cleaned up nice, and a little piece on the back here. Obviously this was a used van, and we'll get something we want to get fixed up. In preparation for paint. Paint's going to be fun. A little teaser, you know, we'll honestly really doing paint. Paint's going to be cool. But anyway, thanks for hanging with us. You know, this is our last 25, and you know, we want to live it every single day. So, you know, think about it. What do you plan on doing for your last 25? Maybe you're young and watching this, and you don't even think about that stuff. Guess what? When you're my age, you got all this gray hair. You do. And we are going to live our life every single day during our last 25. And we hope that's fun. We hope you do too. Anyway, we'll see you next week. Later. Bye.